October 1st, 2013. 3:15 p.m. Inside the quiet Glen Park Library in San Francisco, a young man sits among the stacks of the science fiction section. To anyone passing by, he is just another researcher. But on his screen, $18 million in Bitcoin transactions are flashing. He is managing a platform with nearly 1 million users. A criminal empire processing more illicit goods than some international cartels. In exactly 47 minutes, FBI agents will tackle him to the floor. But right now, he is focused on a message from a hitman he hired to eliminate a threat to his digital throne. The message reads, "Job done. Expect payment." Ross Ulbricht believed he was building a revolution. A libertarian paradise of total privacy and zero government interference. Instead, he became the kingpin of the most notorious criminal marketplace in history. This is not just a story about drugs. It is a cybercrime documentary about how an Eagle Scout built a billion-dollar empire. It is about how absolute power, even in a digital utopia, corrupts absolutely. I am the Digital Sleuth. And today, we are logging into the Silk Road. Ross Ulbricht was not your typical criminal. Born in Austin, Texas, he was a brilliant physics student, an Eagle Scout, and a man raised on the philosophy of Austrian economics. By 2009, disillusioned by the global financial crisis, Ross became obsessed with a single idea. What if you could remove coercion from trade, using a combination of 3 revolutionary technologies? He found his answer. The first was Tor, the onion router, for total anonymity. The second was Bitcoin, for untraceable payments. And the third was the Amazon Marketplace model, which provided ease of use for the customer. In January 2011, from a humble Austin apartment, the Silk Road went live. Ross adopted the moniker Dread Pirate Roberts, or DPR. At first, it was small, involving psychedelic mushrooms grown in his own closet. But within 6 months, the site was processing $92,000 a week. Within 18 months, that number exploded to $2 million every single week. But here is the technical reality of the dark web. It is a hall of mirrors. While Ross was building his utopia, he was also opening the door to internet mysteries and massive dark web scams. For every honest vendor, there was a phisher trying to steal Bitcoin keys. As the Silk Road grew, Ross's libertarian ideals began to fray. Managing a digital nation meant dealing with very human problems, like theft, blackmail, and informants. The turning point came in March 2013, when a site administrator named Curtis Clark Green was arrested by the DEA. Ross, fearing a total collapse of his empire, did the unthinkable. He contacted a hitman on the dark web to solve the problem permanently. What Ross did not know was that he was caught in a massive cybersecurity trap. The hitman was actually an undercover agent. The proof of death photo sent to Ross was staged in a bathtub by the DEA. Ross believed he had successfully ordered a murder. He wrote in his journal, "I knew it was necessary. This is what running the Silk Road requires." This highlights a major lesson in our cybercrime documentary. The digital world does not change human nature. It only accelerates it. Ross allegedly ordered 5 more hits. spending over $700,000 in Bitcoin. None of them were actually carried out. He was being scammed by hitmen who were either federal agents or common fraudsters taking advantage of his paranoia. How do you catch a ghost? The FBI did not break Tor's encryption to find him. Instead, they used old-fashioned detective work and Ross's own mistakes. We often talk about cybersecurity protocols, but the weakest link in any system is always the human. Ross made several major operational security errors, or OPSEC blunders. First, there was the Ross Ulbricht leak. In 2011, he asked a technical question on a public forum using his real name before quickly editing it. But the internet never forgets. Then, there was Stack Overflow. He posted a PHP coding question related to the Silk Road backend under his real name. Finally, there was the Gmail trail. He used a personal email address for early site promotion, which left a permanent breadcrumb for investigators. By mid-2013, IRS agent Gary Alford and FBI agent Christopher Tarbell had connected the dots. They tracked his digital fingerprint all the way to San Francisco. The FBI's trap at the Glen Park Library was a masterclass in physical and digital coordination. They knew if Ross closed his laptop, the encryption would kick in and the evidence would be lost forever. They staged a fake couple's argument to distract him. When he looked up to see what the noise was, an agent snatched the laptop while it was still logged into the Silk Road Master Admin panel. The seizure was staggering. Investigators found 2 million transactions documented on that drive, representing $2 billion in total revenue. They also found $80 million in personal commissions for Ross. The laptop contained his personal journals, a how-to guide for running the site, and spreadsheets of his Bitcoin wallets. It was an evidence mountain that no defense could climb. In 2015, Ross was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The story of the Silk Road is a cautionary tale for the modern age. While Ross is seen by some as a political prisoner, his case serves as a massive case study in financial fraud mechanics and the dangers of the dark web. To protect yourself in the digital age, you must beware of phishing. Most dark web services are actually major phishing attacks. So never enter your credentials on a site you reached via an unsolicited link. Always use multi-factor authentication. If Ross had utilized hardware security keys for his admin access, the FBI's job would have been significantly harder. You must also monitor your digital footprint. Ross was caught because of posts he made years prior. Always be careful what you link to your real identity. Remember to verify. Do not trust. In the world of cryptocurrency, if an offer seems too good to be true, like a hitman for hire or a guaranteed crypto double, it is 100% a scam. Ross Ulbricht's revolution ended in a 6x9 cell. But the kingdom he created continues to evolve. Today, darknet markets process over $1 billion annually. These new platforms have learned from his mistakes and are growing more sophisticated by the hour. The Silk Road proved that you can build a nation in the shadows. But you cannot hide from the oldest forces in history: pride, paranoia, and the long arm of the law. If you found this deep dive fascinating, hit that subscribe button. We have more cybercrime documentaries coming your way soon. I am the Digital Sleuth. Stay safe, stay anonymous, and stay curious.